What sort of vehicle is the 2021 Cadillac Escalade? What does it contrast with? The 2021 Cadillac Escalade is the extravagance automaker's regular, 3-column SUV and its most costly model. The Escalade is precisely identified with the 2021 Chevrolet Tahoe and Suburban, just as the 2021 GMC Yukon and Yukon XL. Opponents incorporate the Lincoln Navigator, BMW X7, Mercedes-Benz GLS Class, and Land Rover Range Rover. Is the 2021 Cadillac Escalade great SUV? The Escalade has consistently been an image of extravagance, however the 2021 model works on its innovation, space, and solace. It rides better compared to it at any point, stays incredible, and its cockpit sits at the bleeding edge of associated innovation. We rate it exceptionally, and provide it with a TCC rating of 7.0 out of 10. What's happening for the 2021 Cadillac Escalade? The Escalade is overhauled for 2021 and is presently in its fifth era since it appeared in 1999. The lavish individual's mover is significantly bigger and highlights a roomier third line, more freight room, and the most recent innovation, including Super Cruise and up to 5 screens inside its lodge. It additionally gets a free back suspension, accessible air suspension, another diesel motor choice, and more security highlights. Almost 8 inches longer by and large with a very nearly 5-inch expansion in the wheelbase on the standard model, the Escalade will challenge rural carports. It precedes in Norman long wheelbase setups, the last is as yet called the Escalade ESV, and it is 2.6 inches longer than the 2020 model. The new Escalade has an unpolished front end, flat headlights, and vertical taillights that go from guard to rooftop. Game models exchange all the outside chrome for sparkling dark trim. Each 2021 Escalade rides on 22-inch combination wheels. Inside, the Escalade distances itself from its truck-based roots with a genuine extravagance vehicle inside. The dashboard highlights 38 crawls of bended OLED screens extended across the scramble and enclosed by cowhide. Escalade purchasers have 2 motor choices, a Vestige 420-drive 6.2-liter V8 or a 277-horsepower 3.0-liter turbo diesel inline-6 that shows up after the expected time in 2020. A 10-speed programmed transmission is combined to the 2 motors. Back-tire drive is standard, and 4-wheel drive with low-range outfitting and a mechanical or electronically controlled restricted slip-back differential is accessible. All Escalades get an autonomous back suspension that works on inside space and smooths out the ride quality. The ride is additionally improved with versatile attractive dampers, and a 4-corner air suspension framework can raise or lower the Escalade by up to 4 inches. Purchasers can pick 7 or 8 traveler seating. The bigger size incredibly further develops third-column room to breathe and freight space. The subsequent line slides forward and back to exchange space with the third column. Cadillac outfits the 2021 Escalade with standard programmed crisis slowing down with person-on-foot discovery, dynamic path control, front and back stopping sensors, an Encompass C-camera framework, and a seat that vibrates toward an expected risk. Likewise accessible are versatile journey control, vulnerable side screens, back programmed slowing down, programmed stopping, and night vision. Cadillac offers the Escalade in luxury, premium luxury, sport, premium luxury platinum, and Sport Platinum trim levels, each in short wheelbase or long wheelbase ESV body styles. The 2021 Cadillac Escalade begins at $77,490 for the short wheelbase base model and $80,480 for the ESV. 4-wheel drive adds $3,000 to any managed level. The Escalade Extravagance comes standard with 12-way power flexible front seats shrouded in manufactured calfskin, warmed first and second column seats, remote beginning, power collapsing second line situates, a 19-speaker AKG sound framework, remote cell phone charging, a without hands liftgate, LED headlights and tail lights, a mechanical restricted slip-back differential, and 22-inch amalgam wheels. Where's the 2021 Cadillac Escalade made? In Arlington, Texas. Is the 2021 Cadillac Escalade an attractive vehicle? The 2021 Cadillac Escalade doesn't wander excessively far from the striking, blocky look it's constantly introduced. We rate the Escalade 8 for its telling look outwardly, and its extravagant inside plan that incorporates its innovation well. The new Escalade copies down on huge and faint. It's right around 8 inches longer with a taller nose that presents an impressive rendition of Cadillac's Safeguard grille. Game models make that grille, just as the window encompasses and rooftop rails, sparkling dark, while the others use chrome. The made right sides are separated by unpretentious bumper flares and calculated chrome trim behind the back seat's windows. The back has tall, vertical tail lights, enormous exhaust outlets at the corners, and a focal Cadillac peak that serves as the liftgate discharge. Inside, dashboard's 38 crawls of bended OLED screens are comprised of a 7.2-inch touchscreen, a 14.2-inch computerized check group, and a 16.9-inch touchscreen infotainment framework. The little screen on the left of the check group gives trip PC data and controls what's displayed on the instrument bunch screen. Choices incorporate the measures, a forward camera C with accessible expanded reality overlays, a route map, and the night vision screen. A revolving dial takes up some land on the mid-control area, and it tends to be utilized to control the middle screen rather than contact controls. The section-mounted shifter has been dumped for a mid-control area-mounted electronic stuff selector. Purchasers have a decision of 9 tone and trim decisions, 4 hole and knitting designs for the upholstery, and 7 wood manages. The Escalade's smooth and incredible V8 remaining parts unaltered and is currently joined by a torquey diesel motor choice. The huge change, in any case, is the more controlled ride and taking care of. We rate the Escalade a 7 for execution for its indulging ride and smooth and willing force. Is the Cadillac Escalade 4WD? Back or four-wheel drive with low-range equipping and either a mechanical or an electronically controlled restricted slip-back differential is accessible. How quick is the Cadillac Escalade? Escalade purchasers can browse 2 motors, a 420 horsepower 6.2-liter V8 or a 277 horsepower 3.0-liter turbo diesel inline-6, however the diesel is expected later in the model year. A 10-speed programmed transmission is mated to the 2 motors. The motor conveys smooth force and the transmission's movements are scarcely noticeable. The 0 to 60 miles per hour run should require around 6.0 seconds with the V8. Anticipate that the diesel should be during the 7-second reach. The Escalade can tow as much as 8,200 pounds. The Escalade is an enormous, substantial vehicle that arrives in a couple of donuts short of 6,000 pounds in ESV appearance, however Cadillac advances the suspension for best control. The new free-back suspension smooths out the ride by secluding one side of the vehicle from the other over street blemishes. It tends to be matched with versatile attractive dampers just as a 4-corner air suspension that can raise or lower the Escalade by up to 4 inches. GM's attractive dampers are effective and furthermore sort out well to smooth the ride. The air suspension permits a lower passage stature and a lower ride tallness that is a move forward from section stature to give this large monster better moves. The well-weighted and stable electric help controlling doesn't experience the ill effects of the play on focus that has tormented past ages of the Escalade. This all amounts to a superior riding, well-controlled Escalade that is still difficult to stop and a long way from lively because of its huge size. Astounding space in each of the 3 seating columns, huge loads of freight room, and top-notch inside materials are a formula for an ideal 10 for solace and quality. The biggest profits from the 2021 Escalade's additional length are in the third line with up to 10 inches more room to breathe than the active model, thanks to a limited extent to sliding second-line seats. The free-back suspension kills wheel wells in the third line and empowers a level burden floor and overlay level third-column seats. 2 grown-ups can fit back there serenely with enough headroom and extra space, however the low-set seat bottoms will not give long trip thigh support. Tenants should be children to fit 3 across. Second and third line riders advantage from bigger entryway openings that make passage and exit simpler. The Escalade comes standard with 2 second-column commander seats, however a no-cost second-line seat choice builds seating from 7 travelers to 8. Freight limit behind the third line for the standard wheelbase Escalade is 25.5 cubic feet. Overlay down the 2 lines and the Escalade offers up 109.1 cubic feet of stuff, the more ESV model expands that to 126.6 cubic feet. Front tenants get the best arrangement. They sit on agreeable seats with standard warming and accessible cooling and massagers. While the calfskin upholstery is accessible for every one of the 3 seating columns, the front advantages the most from the Escalade's well-collected trim, broadened cowhide upholstery, and rich wood facade. This all establishes a lavish climate, yet the Escalade actually has some financial plan-grade plastics mounted underneath knee level. Second-line travelers can likewise get a couple of 12.6-inch amusement screens that permit admittance to the route framework and let travelers send route ideas to the driver. Everything tenants can partake in the sounds from a standard 19-speaker or discretionary 36-speaker sound framework, both by AKG. How protected is the Cadillac Escalade? The Escalade accompanies an assortment of standard and discretionary well-being hardware, however the NHTSA gives it simply a 4-star generally evaluating. It's a 6 here, except if the FS is better news. Each 2021 Escalade comes standard with programmed crisis slowing down with passerby identification, front and back stopping sensors, dynamic path control, an Encompass C camera framework, and a driver seat that vibrates toward a possible risk. Versatile journey control, BL.